Carmit Bashar, who was born September 4th, 1974. So she was the eldest member in the group. She was actually a part of PCD's dance troupe. So she was a part of the underground movement nearly from the very beginning, where she started dancing commercially. So she's had experience working with Aaliyah in her music video Rock the Boat, Beyonce Baby Boy, Crazy in Love, Michael Jackson's Blood on the Dance Floor. So she was widely respected in the industry. She exuded a level of professionalism for her to continuously get these high profile jobs. But she was also working with PCD as a dance troupe on weekends. But quiet as kept, she may be the reason why PCD ever got the opportunity to truly turn into a pop act, because at the time she was dancing for and doing choreography for Gwen Staffani. Ding ding ding. We just talked about how Gwen Staffani did a guest spot. Well, according to Carmit and other members, she invited Gwen to a show to watch and to see the Pussycats, and Gwen loved it and said, hey, can I perform with you guys? And that's how the celebrity relationships really began. But Gwen Staffani also had connections at labels. And so there were buzzings in the music industry about PCD, and that's essentially how Interscope even got involved, right? So as much as like Robin Antin probably did facilitate a lot of this, I don't doubt it, Carmit, I don't think gets a lot of credit for really helping elevate the brand into possible new territory, which was becoming a pop act.
I was working with No Doubt, and I met Gwen on the bathwater video, and we became like instant friends. I met Jimmy Iovine.
Oh, okay.
Went to his house, and Jimmy's like, what do you do? And I'm like, I'm a Pussycat Doll. And he's like, what the is that? I'm like, it's a burlesque group. And at the time we were on the cover of Maxim. She finally, one night we were doing a show, and I was like, it's last minute. The show's tonight. Can you just come check it out? Just come check it out. See it. She's like, yeah, okay, I'll come. She watched the show, and she was like, oh my God, I'm so jealous. I want to do it. I want to do it. I was like, we would love to have you, you know? So that was sort of the turning point, I think, for the group, because when she did the show, we created new stuff for her specifically, and Jimmy Iovine came, Ron Fair, and I think that was when Jimmy saw the potential of like turning it into a recording.
A shocking blow, as the longest standing member, Carmit, had announced her departure from PCD. She cited that she wanted to pursue more solo projects and endeavors. Initially, it was vague as to why she left. People suspected there was tension, obviously, because it wasn't that hard to believe, but people also noticed. Okay, Carmit is out. Jessica dyed her hair red. And according to Jessica, she was forced to dye her hair red, with this implication that they were purposely trying to throw fans off. And Carmit even said, the reason I left in 2008 was the business structure was just not right. But also, I mean, Nicole had gone off and did her solo thing the year prior, and we weren't really sure. Like, I'm not going to be a sitting duck while she's allowed to explore these opportunities. I'm going to go explore my own. And I want people to understand the other PCD members coming from dance backgrounds, singing backgrounds, a lot of them working professionally, were hustlers. They were going to be booked. They were going to keep a job, and they were all hungry. Yeah, so all of them realized, like, I don't really care what she does, but I just don't want to be a sitting duck. I want to utilize my talent. Carmit went into show production after PCD around 2008, and she produced the Zodiac show, where she would dance, sing, direct. That was a passion project for her. While Carmit was also in a pop duo called LadyStation, which formed in 2011 and disbanded in 2016. Melody and Carmit said that they contributed to the album, specifically the first album, 100%, and they contested Ron Fair's claims of Nicole sang every record.
Melody sang a bit here and there, but the records were Nicole. You know, with the exception of an occasional ad-lib, but they were Nicole. They were created with her.
And who set that system up?
Yeah.
With Melody and Carmit taking some of the backing vocals. But here's the catch. There were other PCD members who could sing. Melody and Carmit have said they have some residual income from some of the records because, ding, 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 they were singing on some of those tracks. And so there was always these very shady things that were happening, and the erasure of other members. Carmit actually over the years has said she was photoshopped out of the second PCD, the Doll Domination tour book. Remember, she had left by that point, but they were actively photoshopping her out of the pictures. And granted, she had left, but she did say there was this constant feeling, and it reaffirmed why she left. I feel like Robin and team were always trying to erase someone's presence, and this was a direct example of it. Like, no matter how much the girls tried to convince people that this was an equal project.
Interestingly enough, that the group was sold on the idea of female empowerment and sisterhood, and ironically, it wasn't with the girls that created that.
I mean, the mess itself. PCD's back, I'm seated. I think it unravels more and more of like what PCD was to begin with. It was a business venture. I think these girls, like, to some capacity, respect each other. I don't think there was this closeness. This was a brand, not a band. It was a brand, period. Carmit and Jessica both had something to say. They both claimed that they were not invited to this reunion tour and learned about plans publicly. Given her history with the band itself, its origin story, I mean, let's be for real. Like, if we want to give credit where it's due, Carmit is almost the reason that PCD became what it was, like that it even turned into a recording group. So she just said, I would have loved to be given a heads up, some communication. That's it.